Well, it's a very sad day. We've got to say goodbye now to Magic Hawk, as she has got some new owners. So thank you, old girl, for the last 19.5 years of really good fun. It's Saturday the 16th of May and we are just on our way from Tarbert to Portavadie, but not in Magic Hawk anymore. We sold Magic Hawk in December and we now sail Tincanali 2. She's a Westerly Oceanranger 38 and a lovely boat. But we're going across to Portavadie this morning because we're being lifted out and we're spending a week on the hard standing to do some maintenance. So it's our maiden voyage.
The spray hood was missing from the boat, as Saturn Sails had it, because they were making us a new cockpit enclosure.
No wind this morning really, we're just motoring across to Portavadie, just sort of learning how everything works really, get to grips with the new autopilot, which we can't call George, we're going to have to think of a new name. George was on Magic Hawk, so we'll work on that one.
It was the first time we had hauled out at Portavadie, but we had a chance to see how the hoist operated before we actually drove our boat into it. It was soon our turn and we had no problems driving into the hoist, and we soon made our way up the slipway. We also picked up a strange hitchhiker who was obviously very comfortable with humans around.
Well, we turned up here at mid-May for what we thought would just be a week, but unfortunately we had some nasty surprises below the waterline when we were hauled out, and we've been here over a month now. So yes, it's been a lot more work than we thought, plus it's cost us a new propeller, so that wasn't very good. But fingers crossed, we may be going in again this afternoon. If not, it will be tomorrow. So we'll see how it goes. Okay, there we go.
As it turned out, we were able to launch that afternoon, which was great because it meant we could get away from all the midges, and there were lots of them.
It's 3:25 on the 17th of June, so we've just launched from Portavadie. We're just going across the water again into our berth at Tarbert. Excuse me. The engine sounds an awful lot smoother now we've got a new Brunton's autoprop fitted. The old one, blades on it, I could actually move them up about 1 centimetre at the tip of the blade. The bearing races had completely gone. I knew it sounded very strange when we were motoring across here, but that's a thing of the past now. We've got a few problems with skin fittings. They started to dezincify, if that's the right word, but they're okay at the moment, but we know that we will have to replace those in time. And the third thing was the keel. Although it was copper coated, the cast iron keel had rusted through the copper coat, but it hadn't had its base layers applied properly according to the experts that I've talked to. So I just treated it as a normal keel. I used rust converter on the worst rust patches, loads of Primicon and anti-fouled it. So although the hull is copper coated and it's absolutely fine, the hull, the keel is now an anti-fouled keel again, so that's okay. So there we are, let's get our season started. It's been a long time coming this year, but we've got a nice day to launch, so that's good. Well, it's Tuesday the 23rd of June, it's 11 in the morning, and it's our first proper passage in Tincanali 2. We're only going about 13 miles down to Loch Ranza, which we know very well. We've been there many times before in Magic Hawk, but it'll be the first real opportunity we've had to get the new mainsail out and give it a good old stretch, and the Genoa as well, since we had it cleaned, because it was pretty green. Even though it's a fairly new sail, when we actually took it off the furler back in December. So yeah, so looking forward to sailing across to Ranza. Okay. Okay, right, we're under sail. New main's looking really good. We've just got one reef in the Genoa. The wind's just a little bit quick along this edge of the shore. It's probably just been accelerated off the land. But when we tack out into the middle of Loch Fyne, we should be able to shake that out. So yeah, very pleased. Nice to have the engine off.
The instruments on Tincanali are old Autohelm units and they need upgrading really. Well, one thing the previous owner didn't tell me was the wind transducer has no wind vane, so it always shows the same direction.
What do you think of Tincanali 2, Ju?
It's very good.
Are you enjoying the sail?
Yep.
Sails pretty well really, doesn't she?
She sails very well.
That's the seal of approval from the real skipper. We picked our mooring up in Loch Ranza, and as soon as we switched the engine off, these two swans came across. I'm sure they said they wanted a custard cream. It was a really hot afternoon, and we had planned to go ashore and walk down to the local distillery, but instead I decided to go out in the dinghy and take some photographs of the boat. The new cockpit enclosure was proving to be a great investment, as with the sides and the back removed, it was just like a normal bimini.
It's Wednesday 24th of June. It's really hot today, for Scotland anyway. We're in Loch Ranza. In fact, we're just leaving Loch Ranza and going to go back across to Tarbert. We've learnt a little bit more about the boat. We've got a couple of power issues really. we're simply not generating enough. So I think I'll need to think about changing the batteries for new ones. I miss the solar power that we had on Magic Orc, because that used to just keep us afloat basically with power, and having none on this boat just makes it that more difficult. So yes, I think I'll probably have a look at installing some solar power, and we've got one or two other issues as well, like headlining, which fell off in the forward heads the other day, which is very nice. So I've got a bit of work to do. So there we go. But for the rest of today, we're going to enjoy the 13 miles back to Tarbert in this beautiful sunshine. So there we go.
There was absolutely no wind for the return journey, but we weren't complaining because the weather was just fantastic. We inherited a rather nice Raymarine Axiom 9 RV with the boat, and unfortunately it doesn't have the specialised transducer at the moment to show the seabed below, but that's one improvement I would like to make next time the boat is out of the water. One of the frequent visitors to Tarbert Harbour are the boats from the Ellen MacArthur Cancer Trust. This is Caledonian Hero, their flagship, just leaving, but there are usually 3, 4, sometimes 5 boats from the trust in the harbour, and they always give the youngsters a nice barbecue in the evening. A really great charity. The aft cabin on Tincanali is usually the coolest room on the boat, but yes, not today.
It's Friday the 17th of July. We're out on Loch Fyne. These days in Scotland are pretty rare. Really nice sunshine, clear conditions and lovely sailing wind as well. So we're just out on a pleasure sail, just a day sail today with Mike. Hello. Who's my eldest son. So yeah, just having a good day out.
Mike performed the pilotage going back into Tarbet, and I took over just at the last minute to take the boat into the berth while the crew leapt around with ropes.